All right, hey everybody, Coach Stacy, Lynn here. I hope you are having a good Monday. Today, I am having one of those days where this is the third time I've made this video. I wanted to do a different video today because I've been seeing some commentating on things that I don't agree with, but for whatever reason, this girl is totally popular, and I don't get it. Most of you are in my age group and higher. In fact, over half of my audience is over 65. So, hello people. How you doing in retirement? Are you doing good? Having a good day with your grandkids? Going out there playing some pickleball? Because pickleball is awesome, people. You already know that if you're older like us. But if you happen to be one of the few percentages who are in Allie, Beth, Stuckey's age group, like 34, then please weigh in and tell me what the appeal is of her, because I don't see it, people. I don't see it. I'm going to share with you a video from her thing because I just can't stand it. And I have to know what other people think. And I'm going to go ahead and back this up. Hopefully, it's backed up. And I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to try to be a calm commentator.
You want to know what's crazy? After I went no contact with my mom and basically my entire family, I started receiving so many blessings. When I was
So watch her, watch Allie Beth here. She doesn't even look like she really gives a crap, and she looks totally pissed off. Okay, so let me back this up just a little bit. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to back it up. Pay attention to Allie. Okay, look at her demeanor and the scowl on her face.
You want to know what's crazy? After I went no contact with my mom and basically my entire family, I started receiving so many blessings. When I was still
So my question is, why did this young woman go no contact with her family and her mom? It wasn't just her mom, it was her whole family. I'm gonna widely speculate that probably the reason this young lady went no contact with her whole family and her mother is because she was probably the scapegoat and abused in that family. More likely than not. And I say that because people just don't go no contact with their family. And right now there is a big debate about no contact, right? And there are some people they think it's a fad to go no contact. But how Allie Beth responds to this just completely blows me away. It's like missing the forest for the trees. So let's keep looking at it. And look at the scowl on her face because she rarely smiles, this woman.
in contact with my mother and she was draining my life force. And when I finally had enough and gathered some strength from I don't know where to leave that situation, my blessings started pouring in like that. All of my manifestations started coming to me in physical form just like that.
What you just heard there is completely self-centered
And what you're hearing here is completely self-centered and somebody who thinks they know it all. But aside from that, let's hear what the know-it-all has to say.
completely new age. This idea that once I do this, once I fulfill the thing that
And that's not what she was saying. That was so not what she was saying. She wasn't saying, once I do this, this is what's going to happen. You completely missed the whole point, young lady.
I want to do, once I make the choice that is best for me, then all of my blessings will fall into place. This is one particular manifestation of what I call the cult of self-affirmation, which
The cult of self-affirmation, which cult of this woman wasn't into a cult of self-affirmation, woman. She was talking about what happened to her as a result of going no contact with her family, which was probably very abusive.
tells you if you learn to find fulfillment and love and satisfaction within yourself, if you go on this road of self-discovery, you will go so deeply inside yourself that you will unlock the manifestation of all of your dreams. You'll find that actually you are this perfect goddess who has the power to accomplish everything that you
I have, for some strange unknown reason, I wonder if Allie Beth Stuckey thinks she's a perfect goddess. That she's had this issue with an eating disorder in the past, apparently, and she presents perfect, right? So I wonder if she's projecting.
You want family, even deeply imperfect families, they serve a purpose.
Families, even deeply imperfect families, serve a purpose. Really? How about a deeply abusive family serving a purpose?
And giving us fulfillment and identity to tell us who we are. And in general, accept.
Frankly, I think you're completely wrong. You're completely wrong. You're wrong. Our family's role isn't to tell us who we are. Our family is supposed to love us. And if somebody's going no contact with their dang family, there's a reason for it, which you completely miss. And yet you're coming off like you know everything, and you don't.
Except for some exceptions where real abuse and
I wonder how the hell she defines real abuse.
true toxicity is
True toxicity.
happening. There is great benefit to, I think, weathering those relationships.
I would love to see her weather a relationship with my mother after she was handed over to be molested, or a relationship with anybody actually who was in a real abusive relationship. I don't think that Allie Beth Stuckey could get it. I don't think she knows what pain is. I think she knows what being trying to be perfect is all about. And when you've been handed things on a platter, like she clearly has been, and you're so stuck up that you have to rah rah rah, you have bad advice like that. Here's the thing though. If you go to that video, which if she flags this video, I don't really care. But if you go to that video, you'll see all the comments agree with me because they're mostly all talking about how that girl was abused. And so I'm just like, how can somebody who has been given this platform, and I'm not going to say she's earned it because I don't think she has. This is what I know. If her dad was in the government and an investor, they had money. She probably didn't work her way through college. She probably had her college paid for. Okay. I could be wrong, but that's just a hunch. She doesn't have an abusive family, apparently. So she really doesn't know what the heck abuse is. And yes, you can learn something from every family you've been in. Yeah, you can. But sometimes things require you to survive. You go no contact. And the ultimate goal of no contact, just so y'all know, isn't to be permanently no contact, but sometimes you have to be. Sometimes you just have to be. You know, I applaud that girl for going no contact. Granted, I don't know anything about her background, but dare I say that if she had to go no contact with her whole family and she's able to support herself and do what she needs to do, good for her. At least she wasn't handed everything on a damn platter and can act as if they earned it on their own. And I'm probably, I don't know. Let me put it that way. I don't know how Allie Beth became so popular. But what I do know about YouTube is that if you want to be seen on YouTube, it's pay to play, people. Glenn Beck is a Mormon, so she was promoted and made popular from a Mormon. And I will also say that I know she's written some books, which I seriously doubt. They are probably ghost written. I could be wrong there. Maybe, I don't know. But what I do know is that you don't end up on a New York Times bestseller list unless there's money thrown behind you and, somebody hasn't promoted you. I just don't understand the appeal because her advice is horrible. Horrible commentary. And her other commentary, almost every single thing I've seen, it's been horrible. It's just horrible. So I don't know. If you're somebody that likes this woman and you get her appeal, then let me know. If you're not and you're like me and you're like, what the heck, why, who, how come, then I don't know. And this is what bothers me. This is ultimately what bothers me. This is why I'm doing this video. The reason this bothers me is because I work with people who have been royally hurt. And I personally know what it's like to be royally hurt. And in order to deal with stuff, you have to do hard things, which apparently, some people like Allie, Beth, Stuckey don't think that people have that right to do go no contact. You know what I mean? Laura Geller. This this video is not brought to you by Laura Geller, but just have to say, people, I love my Laura Geller lipstick. I know it's kind of completely off the thingy, but Laura Geller is not something Allie Beth would wear because it's designed for older people. Anyway, um, yeah, you know, I I am struggling today. So part of the reason is because when I see this and I see how many people are completely dismissed and vilified by a know-it-all who doesn't know anything, it just really makes me mad because that means that we have such a hill to climb in order to help people. And when it's done in the name of the Lord, it bothers me even more because she has no theological training. She's not Christ-like at all in terms of her presentation and the judgment, no compassion. And it's not just that, it's others. I mean, it's almost all her videos. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. So feel free to weigh in. And thanks for listening. And I hope you have a better day. And I hope I'm not the only one that sees this because right now yeah.